Hello everyone, welcome to Stamping Flair. I am just doing a quick card today using Nature's Harvest stamp set, and I will wait a few moments for people to hop on. I've been doing a few of these lately, so just sudden impromptu stamping sessions. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and thank you for all you do. We've had a reasonably quiet day today, so we'll probably be getting some takeout tonight. So that's our day today, and I'll just be sharing some memories of my dad as we go along. You're with Rochelle at Stamping Flair, and I'm based in Melbourne, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll be this is my first card with this bundle, so that's a bit special. You get to see my first creation with this, and it's a really pretty sweet actually. So I'll show you where it is in the catalog as well, so you can have a look at it along with me. If you don't have a catalog, please request one from me, or you can check it out on my website, or have a look at the catalog itself on the website as well. So give me a second to make sure everything is going fine. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that, and I'll just turn the camera over so you can see the suite that I am talking about. So it's not necessarily it is not really a Christmas suite. You can use it however you like. It's more based on Thanksgiving and things like that, but it's a really pretty suite. It's called the Harvest Meadow suite. Now you can see by the color, I just love the colors and the natural tones of this product. You can order everything in this suite with one item number, and it's 176.25. And I'll talk more about that in a minute, but this is what you get. So you don't have to order it all. You can get the bundle, and that's what you get for that, right? So you get the bundle. There's a time-worn embossing folder, that ribbon which is 9 meters. You get the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. They are really pretty. This is the cork specialty paper. If you didn't see my blog post where I said sorry, I haven't even turned the camera, have I? Sorry, apologies. You can see me looking at it, but sometimes, here we go, you can see it now. Okay, here we go. Okay, what is she talking about? Okay, it's back here. Harvest Meadow Suite. So that's the one-click item number. So that's a feature we have in our catalog, so you don't have to order individual items if you don't want it. So you can see the beautiful papers and just a pretty look about it. Now if you want to order individual items, you can do that too. So there's the bundle, there's the time-worn embossing folder. This ribbon is absolutely beautiful. Really it's diamond weave. It has a crochet kind of look. For me, that's what it looks like. The brushed metallic adhesive back dots, it's in bronze, copper and gold. This is what I was after, the cork specialty paper. If you look on my blog post, just search top 5. This is one of my top 5 products in this catalog. It is stunning. You really have to feel it and get the paper to feel it. It has so much texture on it. Really pretty. The Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper is here, and I'll show it to you because I've got it right here and I haven't really cut into it much, so you can have a good look at it. So this is it. So it has got that really, that's like a that's Misty Moonlight, some more earthy tones, soft succulent there, and crumb cake, a bit of a bumblebee, Calypso Coral. See, lovely tones there. A bit of a mix of products there. So as I was saying earlier, the whole suite is $176.25, so you will get one each of these items. Now if you are going to spend that, I would suggest the starter kit, which is $169. So you can get all this, plus you can choose products up to the value of $235, and then you're only going to pay $169, and you can then choose another free bundle as well. So definitely, if you are looking at spending that amount of money, look at the starter kit. Worth your while, because then you can select another free bundle from this list. So I have put lots of post about it, but happy to direct you to that if you want. So any of these 12 bundles you can get free, and this is one of those bundles as well, but that's just an option for you. So we'll get to creating our card. I have got a crumb cake card base. This paper, I will have my measurements up later for you, and it will be on my blog post. So make sure you are subscribed to my blog so you receive those measurements. My blog is stampingflair.com, and I do put measurements up there. A little strip of paper. This is Bumblebee cardstock. Some basic white for stamping. Early espresso. This is basic white, which I have die cut from the stitch rectangles, and this is another piece which I have for embossing. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave that aside, and I will do some stamping first, and then we can also do the die cutting and things at the same time. I've got this stamp which I wanted to show you. That's the stamp. I've mounted all my stamps earlier, so to save a little bit of time, and we're going to do a bit of coloring as well. So this is the Nature's Harvest stamp set, and you get quite a few dies with it as well in the bundle, so accompanying dies, and one that cuts this out too. The colors I am using for my ink pads are Early Espresso and Soft Succulent today. So we will stamp in Early Espresso. Try and clear that image up a bit. Let's see whether you get a clearer. Just let me know if that image is not clear. I'm trying to see whether if I zoom out, I'll get that light going. Okay. It was clear a little bit before, and now it's gone a bit funny. I'm sorry. But we'll see how we go. Right, so I'm inking up the stamp. These are cling stamp sets. This is a cling stamp set, I should say. So I'm gonna stamp that. So that's the image I've got, and I've got quite a few stamping blends. I'll bring them all in, and I'll explain to you which ones I've got. So just to do quite a bit of shading. I think sometimes the connection between Facebook is not that great. So I've got Soy Saffron, so the light and the dark, and then I've also got the light Daffodil Delight. I've got the light and dark of Crumb Cake, and the light and dark of Pumpkin Pie. This is light old olive, yeah, light old olive, and light and dark of soft succulent. Okay, so those are the colors I have. Leave them aside. Just gonna get a piece of scrap that I want to put underneath. When you start color with blends, sometimes the color might seep through. So we have got light so saffron and dark so saffron, and this is light daffodil delight because I wanted a touch darker color. So I'm going to color this in. And we'll blend it in as we go. So color all the flowers. Of course, you can color whatever colors you are wanting. I'm trying to match it with my designer series paper as well. So yeah. So in my life, I have been blessed with my dad, and then I had two other dads who came into my life later on in life. So my dad was a preacher. We were born in Sri Lanka, and he worked with youth over there as a Christian worker, and he came over here and he was a pastor and a Christian worker. So preaching was his life, and then he that was what he loved doing. And we had a really nice time, and Mum was a music teacher. So they were married for nearly 40 years before Mum passed away. And yeah, he was a quite strict man, and in the sense of stern, and then he had good laughs and good sense of humor as well. So we had a good balanced upbringing. He was a very organized man. My goodness, if I had like 1/10, 1/100th, I reckon, of his organization, I would go places. I tell you what, he was very organized. He was a good planner in the organizing events and things like that. And I think I got a bit of creativeness from him as well, because he was great at doing pamphlets and laying out things. And those days you don't think of that as an artistic ability, I think. But now that I think of it, that was artistic ability, because he could, it's like Canva, but without Canva. He could do, manually do all that stuff. So that was those days when you had to do everything manually. So he was pretty clever at that. He was a great typist. He could, as a speed typist. He worked before he went into full-time work, Christian work. He worked as a manager in a business firm, like and they doing marketing and things like that. So, and then later on in life, when I came to Australia, I married, and then I had my dad, Laird Smith, who was in Tasmania. He passed away many years ago, 28 years ago or so. And he was a farmer. He was a lovely man, Christian man. And then I was blessed to have another dad who was also from Tasmania, and he is another lovely Christian gentleman, Dad Alan. So he passed away last year, and so this is our first year without him. And I've been blessed with a few dads in my life who have influenced and shaped me, and really been nice to me, even and shown kindness. Now I'm bringing soft succulents. So those colors I used on the flower were Soul Saffron, Daffodil Delight, and Pumpkin Pie, and a bit of crumb cake. So I'm coloring with the light soft succulent. just add your color in little by little. So just add some depth towards the inside where that color is, where the where you think it would be darker, so I guess where the sun doesn't hit it as much. And then I will bring in the darkest soft succulent in there. And I'm just dragging that color in a bit more. Now add a different color, I have added some old olive. I'm going to add some old olive in there, and that'll just change the color a touch, giving you a bit of shading. Just little tones of that old olive and on the soft succulent. Then I'll bring back in my light, little tones of the old olive on the soft succulent, and then I'll add the soft succulent again and blend that in. So that gives you some shading and variation in the color, which you can see. And I think it makes it more interesting than just having the one color. Sometimes it's rare that you'll get many leaves in one color right through. And I just like a bit of change there. So that's ready to be die cut. So I've got my die cutting machine here. Gonna check everyone. Okay, and we have our dye, so that's the dye. I've just added some washi there. I think I'm going to be using this bundle Heaps and Heaps. Just my first card and I love it. Okay, so that's the die cutting done. Then we'll do some embossing. So I'll leave this. We don't need that. And I'm going to be using the Timber embossing folder, which is that one. And I want the embossing to run like up and down that way. So make sure you place your cardstock in the way you want it to go, right? So you can, depends on the way your project's running to and how you prefer it. Okay, so we've got that piece done. I think now we're pretty much ready to assemble our card. back to my scrap. I love this piece of DSP. It's just got all that nice script. So just glue that down. Had to check, am I upside down? No, that'll be terrible. Then we will glue this right here. Now this die cut piece, which I had die cut earlier, we're going to just do a little bit of stamping on it. In our stamp set, there is this image, and this probably, even though I haven't worked with it, I would think it is used to just do a background smudgy coloring on for that image. So I am using that blotch of color to stamp a background on my cardstock. So ink it up in soft succulent, stamp off twice. So just a really faint image, right? I'm going to place and see how this looks when I do it like that. I might like a little bit more on this side. Yeah, so I've just created a little bit of a background for that. We'll glue that there. Hope you can see that okay. If you're watching on YouTube of a replay or watching the Facebook replay, please make sure you let me know you're watching the replay, and share this video with your friends, anyone who you think might like this suite. Anyone you refer to me for and who makes a purchase with me, both you and your friend will get a product credit from me. So that is my referral rewards I have. So that's a way for me to say thank you to you for doing that. Now I'm going to use dimensionals on this. Just love the pages on this, really pretty. I've got that ready. Now to get a sentiment. You may laugh at me, but don't. Oh, you can. See this sentiment. Sending healing thoughts. May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. Now, if anyone knows me, those who know me know, I ain't sending anything with may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. That is just so not me. But I would send healing thoughts. So I went and chopped up that stamp set because I was not going to be using may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. So my stamp set looks a bit dodgy, and that's the other half of the stamp set. So it was a bit tricky. It's not, this one wasn't as easy, I would say, as some others I have cut apart. The reason being that this top line was very close to that bottom line. It was even closer than what it looks on there. So it was, you just have to be a little bit careful, but it can be done. By doing that, it just gave me more versatility for that sentiment. Otherwise, the masking with post-it notes was just going to be a pain, and I couldn't be bothered. So that was my solution, and it is a solution available for your stamp sets, and I think you can use it more by doing that. Another thing you can do, you can cut that word piece out if you want. Beauty, so then you can have individual stamps. If that's gonna work for you, better do that so you can use it more. And then well, I messed it up because I cut it. This is just a tip, don't do what I did. I cut it looking at the front. Look at the back, because then I cut through my S, right? So don't do what Rochelle did. But we did a touch-up job. I haven't done a cutting up stamp for a while. I was out of practice. So you can see, can you see where the S is? There's a little kind of mark, and it's not bad because it has a way like that anyway, so it's not too obvious. Right. But yours won't be like that because you won't cut your S apart like mine. You can touch it up with I can touch it up with a stamping white marker as well, but I'm not going to because it's got that look anyway. Now, so I want this like this. Okay. I messed that up, so I'm gonna do it again. I put the angle on, I put the chop on the wrong side. I cut it on an angle on the wrong side. That's what happens. Here we are. You will know what I mean. I wanted it on the S side, on the sending. Okay, that's better. Okay. So instead of that, I want it here. So I want to glue it up there, so I'm going to put a bit of glue just on that edge, which enables me to just place it and have it ready to go. And I didn't cut this paper strip, the DSP strip, so I could adjust it according to what I had. And then now this is going to glue on like that, but you remember how we put dimensionals under there? So we're going to have to put some dimensionals over on there so that that part is elevated, but we're not going to put it here because that's going to sit flat, because it's going to have to match up with this side. So then it sits flush. And we're going to have our flowers there, some dimensionals, cut these apart. Just place them so that those stemmy bits don't lift. It's pretty, isn't it? Really sweet. Now for some gingham ribbon. I am looking for my little dots, my gems. Here they are, and we'll put some of those gems. They're brush metallic, so you've got gold, bronze, and copper. This is the Bumblebee gingham ribbon from the annual catalogue. There's one ribbon I've nearly finished, so one of my favorites. A bit of a gingham lover. So we'll stick that down there. And then we'll put some of these little dots. I think this goes nicely. The copper ones. I'm thinking they might go better at the bottom, two at the bottom, and one at the top. That one. They look really nice. I like those dots. To finish off the card, just to show you what I would do, I've got a little bit of that strip, so leave that. We can use it on our card just to tie it in. We will stamp this flower in early espresso. Just so you can see. I'll probably put that there. So that ties it all in. Then you don't waste anything really, you then have no bits and pieces left over. So just so you know, my sketch has been inspired by the Freshly Made Sketches challenge. It is just hop onto the Freshly Made Sketch web blog, and you will see the sketch there, which I'll be putting this on up there, but it's FMS 501. That's the sketch challenge, and you'll see that sketch and see what you can come up with if you play along with that sketch. Sketches are great for just really getting you creating and trying different things, and you might just changing the paper will change your whole look. So I hope you really enjoyed that, or what I've created, and see what you can make with that. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me. Appreciate that, and I will have the product list later on for you, and measurements will be up on my blog, so make sure you stop by there and check that out. Thanks guys. Have a great week. See you. Bye.